Back with Sisyphus. I haven't played this game since April 23rd. But honestly, I was looking for something to play today, and always a little bit of a mark of personal shame that I never finished this one. And you know what? What's more Sisyphusian than like hidden new game? Yeah, what do I care? Lose 7 hours of progress immediately? Probably take the regular boulder. Oh, you know what though? I think I've earned myself at least an iron boulder. I'd spend 500 gold on that and then start it up. I will say some of those Sisyphus clips were popping off on Twitter this weekend. And listen, I don't mean this to be rude, but occasionally I do get a little condescended to by people that are like 14 years younger than me. And I'm like, listen, you've literally been an adult for like 36 months. And like you think you know how the world works? No disrespect. Somebody said, I've been watching these NL clips. Do you think he ever read Camus or he just derived his philosophy organically? Well, the answer is both, motherfucker. Okay? I've read Camus. I did not understand it at all. Just kind of thought it was a straight up story about a dude who was like a little bit dissociated because his mom died yesterday. Or was it the day before that? He can't remember. And I was kind of like, honestly, it's a little bit boring. I would rather read Halo: The Fall of Reach. As far as I'm concerned, we derived the emotions of Sisyphus from first principles, which is that if your whole life is just a rock and a hill, you might be like, that's torture. But the real torture is if somebody takes the rock away or if somebody levels the hill, in which case you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? My life has lost all meaning. So anyway, that was how I spent my weekend. I do appreciate the the glazing. And you know, it's nice because you can start a little, a little simple here. No mandatory streamer marathon before Elden Ring. I don't know, man. I was talking about it in Apollo's chat. I think I have to choose what kind of chat that I want. And it's just, there's no point in like railing against it. It's just going to happen. When the Elden Ring DLC comes out, if I play Elden Ring, I'm going to have Elden Ring chat, which is kind of annoying. Because, whenever I like lose to a boss once, people will be like, he actually takes 3.2% more damage against lightning. If you put on your Thunderbug ring plate, then like, and that shit is like really irritating. But then if I don't play the Elden Ring DLC, people are going to be like, hey guys, I wasn't here. Did he mention anything about the Elden Ring DLC? And it's going to be like that for like, weeks. So I have to choose, I guess, for me and for my quality of life, what chat I would rather deal with. So I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. Because, like, I'll just be honest with you. It's not anti-Elden Ring. But, like, Elden Ring's been sauced on Twitch this month because of Kai Cenat and the Phantom tax. And when I watch people play Elden Ring, I know that I played it. And I think I beat all the bosses, even though I, like, don't remember any of them. But when I watch it now, I do look at it and go, like, that's just a lot of game. After 4 years of Super Auto Pets, I'm like, there's just a lot of stuff going on. The map is huge. I never know where anything is. I'm like, how do I get up this elevator? And people are like, oh, you have to pick up half a puzzle piece like 400 kilometers away. There is fast travel, but I'm like, still, you got to play GeoGuessr while you're playing the game. And then, like, I mean, I beat Moog for sure. But I don't remember if I went to New Game Plus. Because, like, I think I beat the game. And then I was like, I hit a button. And then I turned off my PS5. And then did not turn it on again for 3 years. So I honestly don't know. Hang on. Weren't you playing co-op a few weeks ago? Yeah, but that was on PC because that mod hasn't hit Sony proprietary consoles yet. And I think we only made it to like, I don't even know, man. Like 2 bosses or something. We made it to Godric. Did we beat Godric? I can't remember. You did? I mean, we're pretty good, obviously. I don't know. It's like when I played Elden Ring when it came out, I was like motivated to play Elden Ring. I guess the easiest way to describe it is that like, I'm not working on Miyazaki's timeline. I was excited for Elden Ring DLC in 2022 or 2023. And maybe when, maybe in 2024 later, I'll be like, yo, I could really go for some Elden Ring. But like right now, I don't know. I'm kind of not, I'm not sauced on it for the moment. But we'll see. A lot can change by Friday. Hey! I'm just saying, like, honestly, in terms of the biggest fumbles in history, they should have had the Armored Core 6 team working on this DLC. They should have had it on my desk like 18 months ago. IMO. But anyway. You could play Dark Souls Remastered on Elden Ring DLC day. No, because I'm like, listen, would it be funny conceptually? Yeah. Would it then be annoying for like 5 hours afterwards when like 3 people laughed, but then like 100 people just wanted to argue about it for the whole day? Yeah, that would also be bad. But like, I'm not trying to make like a statement. The only statement I'm trying to make is like, I don't know. I don't feel motivated to play Elden Ring at the moment. But maybe, I mean, when the DLC comes out, everybody's going to say it's the best DLC of all time, and maybe I'll be like, oh, I'll check it out then. And then, like, my typical Souls experience is like, while I play it, I'm like, this is the best content ever. And then after I finish it, like a month later, I'm like, I don't remember anything about it. And then 6 months after that, I start shit-talking it. And then 3 years later, I play through it again, and I go, wait a minute, this was goated the whole time. I'm just being true to my own self here. Okay, don't poke me. I'm not your lab partner in Biol 102, okay? Facebook 2007. So true. If you know, then you know. Does Facebook still have poking? I honestly don't know. I have no clue. Were you poking people? I got into the occasional poke war. You would get in like a poke war with like, somebody who lived on your floor in the dorms in university. And you'd be like, this is fun. And then like some dude who you added to Facebook in a more naive time because you were like 5th grade classmates 10 years ago would poke you. And then you'd be like, okay, whatever, I'll poke you back. Then he would poke you again. And you'd be like, we're not doing that. We don't have that kind of camaraderie. I'm not getting in a poke war with like somebody I haven't seen in 10 years, okay? We don't know each other like that. Then he hits you up drunk on Facebook Messenger at 3 a.m. and is like, we had some good times back in 5th grade, huh? And you're like, no, the fuck we didn't, dude. We were just doing multiplication times tables. He's getting like all nostalgic over like middle school and shit. And you're like, we're fucking 19 years old, bro. This is the time that we're supposed to be nostalgic for later in life. We're not supposed to be like, oh, remember when we had our fucking baby teeth? It's crazy. And then you just delete your Facebook after that. For me, I think it was the Cambridge Analytica stuff. I was like, I'm not really using this website anyway. It's become much more like, kind of combative, and all the grandmas and, conspiracy theorists got on it and started like spreading stuff. And then there was the Cambridge Analytica stuff. And I'm like, I shouldn't be here anymore. The AI shit on it now is funny. I do see that on Twitter occasionally, where it'll be like an AI generated image of like an army veteran with no limbs holding a sign that says like, it's my birthday, all I want is for you to like this picture. and then it has like, 7.3 million likes or something like that from people who believe it's real. And you're like, oh no. Yeah, why don't images like this trend? And it's like a 3-year-old kid who's built a sandcastle as tall as a literal skyscraper. People are like, whoa, he's really talented. You're like, yeah, so true. Oh, man. I did see the one that was like, why don't images like this trend? And it was a truck that was like 7 miles long, just holding American flags. That is a great image. And you're like, that shit would be a fucking menace on the road, bro. You're like, I'm trying to get in the HOV lane, man. Your truck is like 7 exits long. What do you think about Gauss-Jordan transformations? Are you talking about the way that Jordan transformed after his rookie season in 1986 into the greatest basketball player of all time? Or is this like some mathematics, like Goodwill Hunting stuff? Whoops, didn't see the sandbags here. That's my bad. It's mathematics. I feel like we got to pour one out for the mathematicians. Like, we've dedicated streams to doctors and nurses and other streamers and professional gamblers and stuff. I feel like mathematicians get very little credit, including from me, because their work is hard to place into the nexus of how does this help us in society. Like, people will never give mathematicians their day in the sun until they invent like an easier way to calculate a tip or something like that. Then they'll be like, finally, math has done something for us. I don't know what else mathematicians do, though. I'm a philosopher. I'll never get that credit. Yeah, but what if you, like, listen, I think it's good. I don't know what to say. It's good to explore rhetoric in the mind, okay? And the spirit and the soul. But, like, I feel like every once in a while a mathematician is like, check it out. Like, I've invented something or solved something that's going to be like a foundational element of astrophysics in 2 decades. Like, what do philosophers do now? Like, you're a writer, I assume. But, like, didn't Soulja Boy kind of, like, cover it? Tweets? Yeah. I'm not trying to insult philosophy. I'm not saying, I think it's good to pursue what you're interested in. I just sort of don't get it, I guess. Which is fine. I'll try not to have an aversion to it for nothing. I write papers about what it means to make up your mind. All right, Possum Kingdom, I see you. Let's go. Yeah, dude, new tech. I didn't get the bounce boost on that one. Or that one. This is a scam, bro. I'm pretty sure they just spawn the ball like 100 spaces away from wherever your character model is. So why am I running so fast? Greatest shortcut of all time. Should be running the other way to see what's on top of the mountain. No, no, no. I haven't earned it yet. Are you one of those STEM guys? Not really. Not at all, actually. Even though I was in bio, which some people are calling like the hardest of all the STEMs. Who's saying that? Mostly other people in bio, I suppose. Look at this. Look at that sidling. Math and CS are considered the hardest. Yeah, see, this is why you as a STEM major need to take some humanities classes, because the whole like previous minute was a joke. And as you consume more media that requires like conscious thought and analysis, it's the sort of thing that becomes second nature to pick up on as it happens naturally in conversation. Sorry. CS is not hard, LOL. Listen, I don't know. Listen, I took one programming class per semester for like 12 semesters straight. It was easy, but I was only in one class. And also I had a fully developed frontal lobe by the time I went back to school. So I wasn't like distracting myself with dumb shit like I was when I was in university. Could it be hard? Sure. But I'm like, when I was doing it, I was like, it didn't seem that hard. Some genius motherfucker already built the computer. Another fucking genius learned how to make it talk. And then Jarns Sharstrup stepped in and said, what if I could make a language where you could talk to the computer? And he fucking did that shit. All I had to do was like read the dictionary. I mean, at the end of the day, at least at the level of coding that I was doing, there's a lot of like, you know, just taking a problem that comes in words and then turning it into an arithmetic loop. And then once you do it, you know, like 10,000 times, you stop getting those array out of bounds exceptions. And then you're good to go. Counter-Strike? CS 1.6 harder than getting a CS degree 100%. 100%. There's no doubt about it. I swear it's actually hard. Yeah, well, it's got to be hard, man, because they got to train you to work from home 5 days a week. Maybe 4.5. You come into the office at 11 a.m. on Friday because they do like a work happy hour where they got, you know, like the beers and stuff and the foosball table. I get it. I get it. You got to show up for the daily stand-up at 9:30, and you got to install a mouse jiggler so that the productivity monitoring software sees that you're actually working, even though you're riding the Peloton. That's right. Our hashtag Peloton, I'm using the tech that you taught me against you. I have learned, apparently, you have to plug the mouse jiggler into a different power port. If you use the one on your computer, it's going to narc on you. So what? Well, actually, you're cooking me with that one because I do think it's good. Because if there's still, I mean, the stock market's at an all-time high and nobody's working, how is this not a utopia? That's perfect, man. That's the dream scenario. The numbers are going up and everybody's like, you know, having their first cold brew at 10:42 a.m. Just wait for it. Wait for it. All right. I work from home. I play video games all day. I think there's a distinction to be made here. By the way, I'm just a guy. You know, I'm not trying to say that I'm like the prophet, Lizan al-Gaib or whatever. I think if you have a job that you find and a career that you find fulfilling, you have an obligation to yourself as an individual to pursue it with the utmost integrity in order to culture that fulfillment from within. That's why I take my streaming so seriously. If you just have a job that you're qualified for and you kind of like tolerate, but it's not like a core element of your personality, then I think you should do whatever you can to, you know, make it through the day and get paid. Maybe you got some prospects for upward movement in the future, but like, you know, you don't have to be a good soldier for the company forever. They would do the same, man, if they could pay you less, if they could give you the opposite of a raise, if they could give you a lower, and they thought that you wouldn't leave, they would do it in a heartbeat. So I think you should, whenever possible, treat them the same way that they would treat you. That's how business works, man. It's two entities treating each other as badly as possible. If you're not taking advantage of that, then you're getting taken advantage of, I suppose. Just my 2 cents. They love it. They're going, no, to write that one down. We got to say that again. Anytime the gift subs hit a lull, we're gonna bring out that old chestnut. Hang on, wait for it. There we go. Way. Whew. So you've been reading Marx? I haven't been reading much, but I have been buying some books. But I have not bought any Karl Marx books because I feel like that's not what he would want. Like he was in it for the love of the game, right? Hang. Go. You wouldn't download a book. Listen, my pirating days are well behind me. Pirating a book is crazy, though. Because, like, there's not even, like, you get the post-pirate remorse, like, instantly. If you were to download a movie or something like that, back in the day, that could take you, like, half an hour, 60 minutes or something like that. You know, if you decided that you didn't want to, like, rip $3 out of Sam Mendes's pocket, you could always bail out. But a book is like, you know, 1.2 megabytes. So as soon as you click the button, it's like you yoinked them immediately, man. Even college course books. I will say that's not my era. I'm a little older. I was right at the genesis of the music piracy era, and caught a little bit of the movie piracy era. But I don't think there was that much book piracy outside of like the library in 06 to 2010. You would just take your friend's textbook and then go to like the student union and photocopy the entire textbook at like 10 cents a page. In that way, like the textbook that normally costs like $100 only costs you like $340. Acoustic piracy. No! It's all right, we'll head him off at the pass. I was glancing a touch. Whoa, hang on. Trusted chatter, your anecdote has been purged. It said, I was at the airport, saw a guy reading a book on his phone. And I didn't see anything beyond that, which is, it could be anything, man. What happened after that? Is everybody okay? He had taken a picture of every page. That's fucking crazy, man. That's insane. He had taken a picture of every page. I can't stop thinking about it. You know what? You gotta respect it though, because that, and I mean that sincerely. That's like a one-of-a-kind guy. Like, that's a guy that he decided to solve his own problem instead of Googling and living on the shoulders of giants, right? He said, oh, I want to read a book while I'm on the airplane, but I don't want to bring my book. Sure, I could get a Kindle and then have it on that, or I could get, you know, Kindle app on my phone or something like that, or I guess I could just bring a backpack and put the book in there. He said, nah, bro. I'm going to take a picture of every single page. It's like whenever people do the computer science 101 exercise that's like, write an application that can tell whether a number is even or odd. And then you look at the code and it's like a switch statement that's like, you know, case 1, odd, case 2, even, case 3, odd, case 4, even. You're like, they did do it, kind of. Probably not up till like integer 32.max value or whatever, but they did. That's local thunk. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, is it a bad way to do it? Yeah, but like, if it works, who cares, man? It's their time. Why are you clock watching? It's like that. I like local thunk aided a little bit. All the bank programmers who are like, if I made a game, I would never program it like this. This guy doesn't deserve all the money he made for making Game of the Year. His code it's got too much coupling and not enough cohesion. This would never pass ISO 9001 certification. The same thing with like Celeste published their source code, and all the people who have done like, you know, Unity tutorials are like, what the fuck? The whole thing is just programmed in the game function? Like, or sorry, the game method? Yeah, but it's goated, dude. They did it. You're nothing. I walked Bennett Foddy up on stage at the NYU Tisch School of the Arts. I'm trained classically and object-orientedly. Who the fuck are you? Still got the voice. Happy to see it. In a way, I also kind of respect it more. Well, not more. Doing things the right way is probably the right way to do things. But I think it's cool if you're like a solo dev or you're on like a very small team to be like, well, I want to do this thing, but doing it the right way is going to require me to learn how to do it the right way, which is going to be like a big time investment. Whereas I could just like do it the wrong way and finish it and still come out ahead. And then, like, you know, as long as you're not dealing with people's sensitive information, you're you're probably okay. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I think that would be cool if I believed that. But I really, like, I half-ass a lot of stuff, but I also put a lot of care into the things I care about. So I disagree with the statement, but I also understand you can use a statement that's a lie like that to give you the motivation to do something you don't want to do. So it's a very powerful mantra you've expressed there. Help me. Okay, I got to slow down on that one. I forgot. Or maybe, no, this is fine. You got me thinking, though, because I was thinking about this. I think my wife and I have a good breakdown of our chore work right now. Now, me being the one that is saying that maybe means that she would disagree. You'd have to ask her. But I feel like what you might ask specifically, what's the breakdown? The breakdown is if I'm not doing anything else, I fucking tidy up. And if she's not doing anything else, she tidies up. Sometimes I got 15 minutes of free time. I'm like, what am I going to do? I go out to the kitchen. There's some dishes. I do the dishes. You know, I see some dirt on the floor. I'm like, I'm going to, vacuum or something. As a result, the place, between the two of us, it stays tidy. But I was thinking, like, in the more discreet sort of like chore trading that people tend to do, especially when they're younger. Whoever came up with the workload where like one person cooks and one person does the dishes was definitely the motherfucker doing the cooking. That's all I'm going to say. Any other dish Andes out here? Because you're cooking, you're like, we're going to have spaghetti tonight. And all of a sudden, okay, there's a pot, you fill it with water, you put the pasta in there, you get you cook the meat for the sauce and the vegetables for the sauce, then you pour the sauce in the pan, and then you move the noodles to the sauce, but you use the pasta scooper to stir the pasta, the one with the little tongs coming out of it, and then you got a wooden spoon or a spatula you're using for the sauce, and then you put it all out on platters, and everybody gets a fork and a spoon, and then like all of us, there's tongs involved to get the noodles onto the plate, and all of a sudden it's like, well, spaghetti's so easy to cook, it only took me 15 minutes, and I'm looking at I'm like, why are there 22 utensils in the sink? Now, just to be clear, this is not a dig at my wife. It was a dig at myself, because I cooked my child pasta yesterday, and I was like, why the fuck are there 22 utensils in the sink? So then I just did the dishes. But I will say, the reason, and this is just my take, the reason that I cook, you do the dishes is not a fair distinction, is because like cooking, as far as quote unquote chores go, is like, that's like a 9 out of 10. It's satisfying, it's enjoyable, you feel like a mad scientist, you get to sample the food. And dishes are like they're like a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst chore in the world. You're not cleaning up diarrhea or anything, but cooking also takes 20 times longer. Yeah, but you're not doing anything for like 19.5 of that 20x. It's like the stove is doing it. And then you're like, every once in a while, I got to toss some shit in. Like, it's not that hard. And then like you walk over to the pan and you like look at it, and then you turn the stove from like 4 heat to 3 heat. And you're like, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Sorry. No, that's your problem. You had it on 4. You have to have it on 3.7. Okay, I got to lock in. Just give me a moment here. No, I didn't lock in. Bunch of 22-year-olds in the chat who have seen 50 J. Kenji Lopez alt videos. All of a sudden, they think they're Heston Blumenthal. Oh, let me guess. You've never made a reverse-seared, homemade kimchi-marinated pork chop served on arboreal rice? Well, okay, you might have me on that one, to be honest with you, but you wouldn't catch me making my own kimchi. We don't have the dishes, and to be honest with you, it doesn't get that cold in the wintertime, so I'm not burying that shit in the front yard. Okay, that's my bad. Let me guess, you've never made ice soup. What were you doing at 22? Teaching 6-year-old South Korean kids how to say, I'm fine, thank you, and you? Oh, sorry, what I meant to say was nurturing the education of the world's youth for 1.8 million won per month. Room included. What's board? So room is your rent. What the fuck is board? Meals? That doesn't make any sense. Meals on a board? Yeah, maybe if you're at like a gastropub. We want plates. Am I right, people? Am I right? You know the Japanese restaurant going to be fire when they serve that shit in a bowl that they bought at Daiso. That's all I'm saying, okay? You ever go eat? You get like some kitsune udon or something like that, and it comes out in a bowl that you also own. I got served hummus on a trowel this weekend. Honestly, that's a vestige of like the late 2010s, I think. I think you should respect that restaurant. This 97-year-old restaurant still serves hummus the old-fashioned way. I feel like plates have come back, but it might just be because I moved to like a less trendy area. So all the restaurants are like, you know, Bill's Family Restaurant. And you're like, what the fuck do they serve at Bill's? So you walk in and it's like chicken chow mein and BLTs. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know Bill was cooking like that. Nice try, nice try. Serve that shit on an old boot or something. Got a long way to go. Ever had a Chica Cherry Cola? I haven't. I would though, because like, I mean, I'm drinking the shit that made Savage Garden want you. Or whatever. 1 week did come on my Peloton ride today though. And before you're like, why wouldn't you skip it? Well, who do you think is the motherfucker who put it on the playlist, bro? Of course I know him. He's me. Go ahead. Are you a plate salad guy or a bowl salad guy? It's one of those things that I personally, for the average salad, I feel like it's been solved. It's bowl with a plate with a lip, like a platter. A bowl, I feel, always concentrates the salad dressing at the bottom, which is not ideal. So like a shallow bowl or a deep plate is the salad vessel of choice, I think. You know what's pissing me off too? Listen, I'm putting the system on trial today. We're solving a lot of mundane problems. You order a salad for delivery, okay? At first, I was like, this is sick. It comes in like a bowl, like a biodegradable cardboard bowl with the food in it, dressing on the side. You put the dressing on top. You put the you put the lid on the bowl, and you get to shake it. You're like, that's fun, right? No problem. But why the fuck they got the salad filled up to the brim? You pour the dressing on top of it. You put the lid on. You shake it. The shit is packed in so tight. Nothing's moving. It's always too full. So now I put the dressing on. I shake it, and then all of a sudden I open it up, and there's still just a big puddle of dressing on top of like one piece of spinach at the top. You gotta have bigger bowls, dude. Complaining about too much food? Yeah, because I'm not American. The volume of the food has compromised the integrity of the food, man. Take it back. Low blow. Are you not American? Oppie. It's a simple question. Canada's just America Junior. True, but like to be honest, it's not like you had fuck all to do with that. So I don't know why you're taking credit for it. Your ass isn't fucking Thomas Jefferson. You didn't buy Louisiana. You're probably just working like an email job and paying as few taxes as possible. And then you're like, I love my country. You didn't fucking do anything, man. No disrespect. There's nothing wrong with it until you start taking shots at other people who are citizens of other countries. Dude, we're making progress. You were taking shots first? No, they were taking shots first. They took shots at me as a human being. So I took shots at their perceived nationality because Americans are one of the only nationalities you can make fun of without it being, construed as racism. And then they insulted my country, which is fucked up, bro. Americans, you can't make fun of anybody. Anybody can make fun of America, and Americans can't make fun of anybody. Because it's the punching up, punching down dynamic. I'm sorry. It's just the way of the world. England can make fun of America, but America can't make fun of England, even though it's funny. Canada probably would be third there. I would say they're like right below England. Like we can make fun of England and America, but we can't make fun of Ireland or Scotland. Only England, as far as the British Isles go. We can make fun of everyone. True. That's true. That's pretty true. Ireland's kind of chill, though. I just feel bad because I always, get Irish artists and Scottish artists confused. Like, where is the lead singer of the Cranberries from? She must be from Scotland, right? She's from Ireland. Fuck. Linger was on the Peloton ride today, man. I was like, whoa, Scottish accent. Turns out she's from Ireland. My mistake. Yeah, Dolores O'Riordan. She who asks if you had to let it linger. Linger goes. That was the song, man. That was the song. Isn't her biggest song about the Troubles? I'm pretty sure her biggest song is about The Walking Dead, my man. It's called Zombie, okay? Pretty sure that's about Rick Grimes. And all the other Grimeses. Except for the Elon's Grimes. Just wait. Can you sing Even Flow by Pearl Jam? Yeah, I can and I have, but I'm not gonna. You're a puss? I'm not Eddie Vedder, bro. I'm leaving that shit to the master. We're almost back where we were before we started a new game. Whoops. You 100% sung that shit in Guitar Hero 3? Guitar Hero 3 didn't have a mic attachment. Bro, don't cite the old words to me, witch. I was there when they were written. They didn't get that shit going until like World Tour or whatever. You can still sing it. Not when I'm FCing it in a head-to-head duel online. I get distracted. Thank you, Fate Bunny. Very cool. Thank you. There was no online in Guitar Hero 3? Were you, alive when this happened? There was online in Guitar Hero 3. I was mowing people down in that shit, bro. I have lived experience. For some systems. Here we go. Here's the walk back. I was right as long as we're talking about the GameCube version. Okay, well, I don't... Oh, don't blame me. I was 6. Okay, well, then don't trust your fucking cooked 6-year-old brain, dude. It's been 20 years. You got to recognize that some of your, the knowledge you've been persisting on since childhood is fallible. Nope. Well, you know, I'm guilty of it too. Can you test what the bombs do? POV, you're Richard Feynman at Los Alamos, 1943. Open parentheses, he's in a strip club, close parentheses. Yes, yes. Well, he was not jorking it. According to him, at least. He just claimed that it was one of the places that helped him concentrate the most. They don't make motherfuckers like that anymore, man. There's no college professors that are marking your papers at the titty bar. It's probably good, but I wish there were still like, I don't know, like 8 motherfuckers like that in America. Because they're characters. You need characters like that, man. People are overall less degen. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like it's good, but it's kind of bad. Like it's mostly good for like, you know, safety and like crime and stuff like that. But I think it's kind of like, I honestly believe Richard Feynman was not jerking off in a titty bar. I believe he was marking the papers. Because why would he lie in his own autobiography? He just wouldn't write the shit about being in the titty bar. I believe he was kind of like a freak, and that's why he's like, I'm just going to write about me marking the papers at the strip club. Now, I don't want to mark any papers at the strip club because I find the strip club a very awkward place to be. The 2 times in my life I've been to one. It's too loud. It's too everything, man. It's too... Can you talk about it? There's nothing really to talk about. People walk up on stage and like take off all their clothes to Kryptonite by 3 doors down. And then like, well, I don't know that. So I was a strip club twice. Once was when I was 18 in Montreal. So we got like no attention from the dancers because they knew we were broke, which is valid. And then the other time was like my friend's 20th or 21st birthday. And he didn't even want to go. I think like nobody wanted to go to the strip club. Like maybe 1 or 2 of the dudes we were with are like, let's go to the strip club. It's your birthday. And even he was like, I don't really want to, but like, I guess. And then I just remember like at some point, a couple dancers came over and they were like, hey, it's your birthday. Let's do shots. So they bought a bunch of shots, and then the strippers took all the shots on the platter themselves. There were like 8 shots of tequila for 4 people, and the 2 of them just did all 8. I was like, that's fucking funny, but like, what are we doing here? Oh, man. It's just I feel like that's an industry that is going to die if it hasn't already died. We got much more introverted perverts, I think, in 2024 than existed in like 1984. You're so wrong. I don't know, man. Really? Is there like a strip club quarterly where I can look at how the figures are looking for the strip club industry? Like, are they in a, what's the word I'm looking for? Are they in a downturn right now? Are they in a secular recession? Here we go. Come to Miami, you'll change your mind. Yeah, but like no disrespect, but that's like Miami's kind of like Las Vegas, right? Like I feel like sure, I mean if you choose to live in Miami, like okay, I'm trying to avoid saying that it's a fake place because that's not true. There's lots of like real people living there. But like also the fakest people on the planet are like, I think I'm gonna move to Miami, right? Bro, that's so gettable. Sergei Bobrovsky on the rebounds. Be careful, you live in Vancouver. Yeah, but I'm not like the first guy. Well, DL Guig is the first guy to make fun of Vancouver. I'm the second guy to make fun of Vancouver. Most Vancouver criticisms are like stuff where I plus to it when they come from people who live here. The only time like I minus to it is when someone who doesn't live here like makes a joke about it, and I'm like, you're working on like antiquated like Babylon Bee talking points or something. When people are like, you can't wear open-toed shoes because there's needles everywhere. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. You gotta like leave your house, man. I've seen like 2 needles. It's not 0. But it's certainly, I mean, you know, you gotta pay attention. You can certainly wear sandals. Lots of people are out here wearing sandals. My girlfriend watched a video about Vancouver and now she thinks it's a hellscape. Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand people's curiosity, but I kind of find it like a little detestable. All the like poverty porn, like people go to Vancouver and then like you can just search it on YouTube. There's like 4K walking tour of the downtown east side, and I'm like, this is gross, man. You're at like you're treating it like a human zoo or something like that. Like that's listen, the neighborhood is like not nice, obviously. And it's a little dangerous, especially if you're like a block of cheese, like you're gonna get stolen. But like that's also just when you live in Vancouver, you're like that's just a no-go zone. Unless maybe you're going to the Save on Meats deli to get some sick poutine or something like that. Trying to think of there's some good restaurants down there. But you're like, yeah, you don't go there. It's like the same thing, like, you know, if you live in Montana or something, you could just pull up like random GPS coordinates and you'd be like, what's around here? And they'd be like grass, you know? Oh, do you go there? No, we avoid we go to the Costco, man. Every city's got no-go zones for different reasons. People talk about Chicago like it's Escape from Tarkov. So true. So true. DL Guiga, would you back that up? How can it be dangerous if there's no guns? Well, listen. There's probably still some guns, and you could get stabbed. I'm just trying to keep it real with you. But, like, the worst I've ever had in Vancouver is I have been harassed, which is not necessarily unsafe, but is like, it kind of sends a chill down your spine when you're, like, walking around Pacific Central Station, and then, like, some dude just starts screaming at you. And then you, like, look at him for a second because you're, like, raised to have conversations with people. You pull out one earbud, and you're like, you talking to me? And then the guy's like, yeah. And then you just put your earbud in and then walk away. But, you know, it happens. Sorry, brother, nothing on me. Caleb Pitts, you will die on August 6, 2023 when a stray bullet rips through your window and hits you in the neck. Sorry, brother, nothing on me. We did, like, this is probably 10 years ago. We were walking in the west end of Vancouver, and an obviously distressed gentleman just shouted, "It's earthquake time," at the top of his lungs, like insanely loud. And I always thought, like, imagine what it would do to him and everybody else around him if an earthquake hit, like, within 30 seconds of him saying that. Then he earthquaked all over us. Anyway, I don't know, just tell you know. I've gone to many, many parks and playgrounds in parts of Vancouver that, you know, people would probably, at least tourists would probably assume that it's like scary. And yeah, there have been a couple of times where I was like, we're not going to go to this park right now. Listen, I'm not saying it's all roses, okay? We got problems over here, but that was like a 1 in 25 type of deal. It's not a 1 in 1. You know, it's not a guarantee. Yes, if you're staying at like an Airbnb downtown and you leave your car unlocked, there will be no possessions left in it when you wake up. But that's just like common sense. You gotta lock that shit. Or park it in like an underground garage or something. So they don't break the window? Well, it depends. Like, it hasn't happened to us in a while because we already had our hammer that breaks windows stolen, so. How bad was the riot? Honestly, I didn't live here. I lived in Daegu, South Korea at the time. So I don't have any first-hand experience. Officer. Like, at least it was a riot for like something meaningful, right? Like hockey. Instead of like a, you know, some kind of fucked up stupid riot. Such as? Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think about it. Wasn't there a riot at the PNE last year in Vancouver because like Lil Baby or Da Baby didn't show up for his concert or something? I'm not making a joke. I don't know whether it was Lil Baby or Da Baby. I also don't know if Lil Baby and Da Baby are two different people. I think if you had a gun to my head, I would say that they are. They are. Da Baby is the one who's canceled. He's the one who, like, this month is probably not his favorite month of the year, right? Yes, okay. That's correct. And Lil Baby is just like a little flaky, I guess, because he didn't show up for that concert at the PNE. But honestly, it's hard to blame him. That shit is not centrally located. That's out there in like Hastings Sunrise or something. It smells like decrowed because of the chicken refinery or whatever's out there. I can't really blame him for that one. I mean, he was probably like signed the contract or whatever, but... What the hell is a chicken refinery? I don't know. It's like a poultry smelter or something. Anybody here live in Hastings Sunrise? What's the smell? You know it smells. I'm not... You knew when you moved there that it smelled. Just tell me what the origin of the smell is. It's a chicken rendering plant. Yeah. Chicken processing. A chicken refinery. Refined chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Hey, hey, hey. He's bare naked ladies pilled. Embarrassingly, I think I am, yeah. At least, you know, Gordon, born on a pirate ship, Stunt, and Maroon. Yeah, I'd say I'm bare naked ladies pilled. Richard Feynman marking papers, be like, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's the Hallmark's poultry processors. Thank you, librarian. Very cool. Thank you. They should remake If I Had $1,000,000. If I had $1,000,000, I'd buy you a foot-long cold cut combo, but you'd have to bring your own chips and drink. If I had I'd buy your love. That could work, man. Needs a little work, but it could work. Librarian, why are you watching so many films lately? Leave him alone. He's kino-pilled. He watched Oldboy. Now, did he live tweet the movie with references to I Show Speed? Yeah, but like everybody's got to start somewhere, man. I did like, you must be part of the new generation. Because when I saw Parasite, I was like, it's the motherfucker from Oldboy. When you watch Oldboy, you say, what the fuck? That's the motherfucker from Parasite. And then some 16-year-old's going to come in there and be like, yeah, I recognize him from Memories of a Murder. Okay, I get you Googled fucking Korean movies ranked or whatever. I'm not like other cinephiles. I like Memories of a Murder the best. Okay, congratulations. It's a good movie? You haven't seen it. Well, you have. It got 5 booms from me. I gotta see that, man. I gotta see that one. Memories of a Murder was my favorite that day. Even better than Oldboy, huh? Maybe I gotta see Oldboy that's a 5 booms for sure. Oldboy original. I think I gotta see Burning again. Because when I saw it for the first time, I think my brain had been cooked by reading too many Wikipedia plot summaries of movies, and I was like, nothing happens in this movie. They don't come to a concrete answer about what happens at the end. But now that I've exorcised the Marvel demon from my brain and gotten in touch with the philosophy of real art, I think I got to go see it again. So that I'm not like, what point does this 11-minute scene where they drink a bottle of wine and then the lady dances? Well, it doesn't advance the plot. Okay, hang on. This is where we got to lock in. We're so back. Hold, that's not going to hold. Maybe on the other side. It's going to take a bit. It's all right. Just go straight. Just go straight. It's getting some unfavorable bounces, but this one doesn't look too bad. Buys me an extra second or two. Yeah. Okay, and then get stuck again at Stonehenge 3. Oh my God, how did you hit the middle at least? It can hold there for a millisecond. 16 meters a second. Holy fuck, dude. There's like a shorthand to convert meters per second to kilometers per hour, right? It's like you multiply it. I know this sounds insane, but the back of the napkin calculation is like you multiply it by 4 or something, right? You're telling me this motherfucker was moving at 60 kilometers an hour? Hold? Oh! Times 3.6. I guess that makes sense. Because there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. Is that right? And then 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Yeah, okay. It happens, man. It happens. Need to put it in football fields. Football fields and basis points. What do you think the average IQ level of your chat is? I'm going to be a different kind of beast and say 101.